and the unlovable. Took forgiveness and letting go. Knowing me and giving my all, but I'm still thriving and I still grow. Took the fire to cleanse my soul. It got ugly sometimes and it got personal. When my walk was reduced to a crawl, now I see it was worth it all. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah. I'm alive. Yeah. Still standing. Still standing. Yes, I am. I'm This is for everyone. Here's where I'm coming from. Many battles we've won. If you're standing and you are still living, say yeah. Say yeah. Yeah.
The Hub Radio. I still have to be able to be true to myself. When it comes to hair and natural hair and people, or the kinkiest hair, or your hair is
taking the initiative to serve the underserved, no matter what form or shape or fashion.
A princess always wears a crown over long hair flowing down, never over braids or afro bows. Well, I was that little girl learning hatred for my curls, and I tried to burn them straight till a new reality broke through and settled over me. That got herself in love.
Good evening and happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to all of my queens and my kings out there. It is 7:30. Yes, and you are now tuned in with Queen Stable Talk here on the Hub Radio. I am your host, Mono Seth, and I am here with my co-host, my fellow friends, my dear queens. Okay. Miss Lovey Leah. Hey, y'all. And Miss Jasmine Renee. You and these glasses.
I'm giving Dre his flowers while he's alive.
Oh
so
my God.
I am wearing an outfit inspired by Hub City Dre today. Yes, to
An ode
give
to
him
Hub
his
City
flowers,
Dre.
an ode to Hub City Dre.
Okay, I'm here for it. I like it.
He's like, okay.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, he's like,
No, he didn't hear you. No,
I
he didn't hear
said
you.
I'm wearing these glasses as an ode to you. I want to give you your flowers while you're still alive. So this
That's
is
good.
inspired by Hub City Dre.
That's some good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. He's a mogul.
He's one to give an ode to.
Yes.
yes,
He's one to give an
definitely.
ode to. I love it. I love it. Alright, so y'all, of course we're all here in the studio. And also I have my girl Shannon here in the studio with us.
Hey.
Boom,
Shout out to
boom.
Shannon.
She's
Sound
behind the
effects.
scenes today,
Yes.
but she's in here supporting.
She's our social media
Specialist, yes. Oh my goodness. We're becoming official, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
The glasses today.
You got
and the
glasses. We got a
specialist
whole
and
specialist in
Yes.
the building.
I
with
didn't
us.
even know there was a such thing as a social media specialist.
I just
You
coined
just
that
created
phrase.
that. You know, queens can do stuff like
We
that.
can
Right.
do that. Yes, we are innovators.
We are.
But y'all, we have a good show planned for y'all tonight.
Yes,
So
yes.
we're gonna start off with some Black Girl
Some Black
Magic.
Girl. I didn't know Black Girl Magic was first. This
Yes,
is new.
yes. We gonna start off with some Black Girl Magic.
This is new.
We gonna get it right today. We gonna start off
Get
with
right
some
up
Black Girl
on
Magic,
into
y'all.
it.
So Khalees,
Khalid. Okay, I know who this
you know,
is.
milkshake.
Yes.
My milkshake.
Yes.
Sing. Okay.
Yes, that was
Okay.
the jam back
Okay.
in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I have to, okay, but I
Yeah.
have to charge, yeah.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
I have to charge self care, ladies. That's
Yeah.
what she was telling me. In
please
a
charge
ratchet
for your
way, she was
milkshakes,
telling us,
y'all, okay?
take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself. So, if you
Yes.
guys have not heard, Khalees, she is selling her mansion,
Mhm.
and she is going to buy a farm
Mhm.
where she can produce her own, where she can grow her own produce.
That's
She
awesome.
gonna live
I
to
think,
about
Yeah,
120 doing
that's
that.
hello.
awesome.
She already looks good. Like,
Yeah.
look at her.
Look at her, she's
Yeah.
glowing.
Glowing out here.
She don't even look like she's selling herself.
No.
But she,
She's
She looks like a,
matured.
yeah, exactly. Different person.
she's mature. But yeah, no, she's buying a farm. I thought that was like really
That's dope.
really dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, because like I think you don't really hear about black farmers.
Mhm.
Agricultural.
Yeah.
Agricultural.
I mean, we didn't start it every day, so we was out there slaving, so we kind of did hear about black farmers. They
Right,
just called
we
them slaves.
did,
Yeah.
So.
but you know what? There was an influx of black farmers like a long time ago,
Mhm.
like probably like in the 20s,
Yeah, they
but
weren't
it
working in the
failed.
fields no
Right.
more.
Right,
And
So
one
and then
day
it
I'm
failed.
stuck.
Yeah,
that
Mhm.
mentality, it was like we gotta get us off the field. So.
Mhm.
right, and also too like big ups to her, and then also Angela Rye.
Yeah. I was
She,
just listening to her podcast. All I've been
you were?
listening to all day. So.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I went to the gym and I was listening to her yesterday.
She's gonna be producing and starring in what is it? It's more like a news series
For
that she's
Yeah.
doing for
BET.
Yeah,
BET.
for BT, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quarterly thing where she's gonna be talking
That's
about
cool.
politics and whatnot. I thought that was super super
Mhm.
dope because I think we need more of that, and I
Mhm.
think it's a good look for BET.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love Angela Rye because she labels herself as a Christian
Mhm.
and she fights for black rights and
Mhm. She do.
she's just like not to say unapologetic, but she don't care. Like she's
Yeah.
gonna say whatever she wants to say
Right.
and she's very educated. So
Mhm.
I really am here for her and
Mhm.
like she's on what is it, CNN? Is she on
She
CNN?
is.
But she doesn't like conform to
She doesn't.
anything and
Mhm.
she's very like
She's very transparent.
Right.
I'll say
yeah.
that too, because with her, like you just know what you're gonna get. Like there's no
Mhm.
like, okay, I don't know
Yeah.
what she's
Where
about
you
to do,
stand,
where you
you're
stand.
gonna go to
Yeah,
it, yeah.
and I like her. Like
And
she
yeah.
rides for the culture. It
I
don't matter who
appreciate
around. It don't matter like what arena that
mm.
she's in. Like she still like rides for black
Yeah.
people. So
And I think
I'm
this will
down with
pull
that.
a new market to BT,
Mhm.
a new audience to BT.
Mhm.
And kinda like nurture the, audience that kinda wants that but doesn't really get it from BT, so I
Right.
think it's a really smart move.
Well, because Roland Martin was doing was that TV1?
That's TV1. I don't
TV1.
really
Okay.
care for him.
I mean, it was back then.
It is
Yeah.
black news,
But I mean, yeah, I appreciate it as a black woman.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like we were saying, I think maybe last week, it's a hat to wear, it's a weight to bear, but I
Mhm.
hope God will give her strength because she definitely acknowledges it
Yeah.
in
Right.
her stuff, and she's always speaking in churches and stuff. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I appreciate her and her fight.
Yeah, I think that's dope. And then also Black Girl Magic. Oh my goodness. We have Black Girl Magic table here with us. Miss Jasmine
Yes.
Renee. Yes.
Appreciate that.
Shout out to you.
Yes.
If you don't know,
Want me to put you up there?
we went to okay, so last week we went to a mixer with the Good News Radio. Shout out to the Good News. And they presented Jasmine with an award for her show, The Initiative Radio. And
Congratulations.
congratulations to you. I thought it was a good moment for all of us to share. I thought it was a good thing because I think that it's all love with between the Good News Radio and also between the Hub Radio.
Mm.
It's such a cool thing that we can all come together and just be able to support one
Mhm.
another and be able to support each other's endeavors. So it was really dope being able to come there and see you. We didn't know you was getting an award.
I didn't
So,
know either.
right.
I thought it was out of
That's
one.
So
awesome.
I was like, this is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that was a dope event. That was very surprising. We talked about RuPaul's and
Okay, we're
and
gonna talk
all
about
of
that later
that.
on today.
But yeah, so it was because
The conversation was wild.
I talk about this all the time. When it comes to Keith and Dre, like
Mhm.
I don't look up to a lot of people.
Right.
It's not to be good, Dre. No,
That's me.
I don't necessarily look up to a lot of people, and I'm very critical. They have very different views from me when it
Mhm.
comes to like relations and stuff. But in terms of like working hard and seeing them a part of a brand, and then both of them like taking me under their wings to do stuff. So it's just like it was really a cool night to have both
Mhm.
of them there, and I love the fact that both of them are cool with each other and like
Right.
they're in the same field, but it's like why compete? Just
Right.
come together. So that was actually a highlight of 2018, and we only 3 weeks in, so
Right.
that should let you know my 2018 is off to be really
Right.
yes. So
And
thanks,
then
babe.
and then the next day we
Our
had
event.
the actual initiative show.
Yes.
So
Yes.
here at the Hub Radio. So that was dope. And it was Black Girl Magic all up and through there.
Mhm.
So that was a dope event. A lot of cool artists, dope poets that have came out, and just people like just the vibes were on point.
Yeah.
Everybody was vibing with each other. It was dope. It was really dope. And then you was on your whole Cardi B
You gotta do
thing.
Cardi B. I
Per
have to
usual.
do
She's known for
Cardi
that.
B
Oh my
to end
goodness.
the show. I don't know, if this is gonna happen every time, but I didn't think they were gonna like be that excited. I asked, I'm like, should I
That's
do
like your
Cardi B? And they
signature
were like,
thing now.
yeah. I'm like, there you go. And then DJ Exclusive played
Should have to
the
be your
tracks. I was
exclusive.
just like, yeah, yeah. He was. And shout out to everybody that had a part in that. Like I always tell people, I can't grow initiative unless people grow their brand.
Mhm.
So I get up there and I host, but if you ain't doing nothing with your dreams and your visions,
Mhm.
what am I gonna present? So I'm like,
Right.
it's a strictly community ran movement, and like you gotta be doing something.
Mhm.
If you're not, then I can't really do anything. But it was a really cool event. So shout out to everybody that came. I really appreciate it. It was a really good weekend for me. It's just motivation to keep going. So we got a lot coming up. So stay tuned. Initiative is big as shit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then also at the event too, Dior. She's an artist.
Yes.
She was there.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, the whole room went silent. This girl sang, and but I tell you, I had chills all up and down my body. We actually have a video of her singing that we're gonna share with y'all. So we're gonna put it up on the screen and have y'all listen to this.
I find myself repeating like a broken tune, and I'm forever excusing your intentions, and I give in to my pretendings, which can give you each time without me knowing. They melt my heart to stone, and I hear your words that I made up. You don't say my name like that could be. I best idea in my head, I'm the only one in love. I'm the only one in love. I find myself.
My voice is cracking really nice. Yeah, but she's so that's Dior. If you want to follow her on Instagram, that's Dior Music now. And I also said this that night, like it's a special thank you to artists that aren't performing, but come out. And I just asked her on the spot to come up there because she's such a dope artist. And Mo and I saw her like in Bellflower
Mhm.
some months ago, and I was just like, I need to say hi to her. My thing is, we need to give people that gratification of knowing
Mhm.
like you touched me at some point in time of my life.
Right.
So I'm like, whenever I see an artist and I'm not at an event and I just see them like just out and about, I'm gonna go and give them that gratification of yeah,
Right.
you at some point in time I was touched by what you did. So she, because of that, she has been a supporter and came out to the event. So I'm like, she'll be performing at the next one for sure. But she's such a beautiful soul and a beautiful voice. Like she's just
Beautiful.
angelic. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
shout
she
out to her.
is.
Your music now on
Mhm.
IG.
Also, shout out to her, and then shout out to Deja Iman.
Deja sang and
Yes.
Bradley sang too.
And
Yeah.
Bradley sang too. Shout out to her. It was beautiful, beautiful voices, black women. And then I did not know that we been playing Deja's song this whole
Yeah.
time on the show and did not know it. And
Yep.
it's crazy because when she was singing her song, I was like singing along to it. You was there, yeah. I was singing along to it, and then I was like, wait, I know her. I was like, I know this song.
Yeah.
And then I went up to her, and she was just so like, she was just so grateful. The fact
Yeah.
that like I listened to her song that I knew it, and I was like, yeah, I play this all the time. But it was dope. Like it was just beautiful vibes. But we actually do have her video, so we gonna like transition into a break, and we're gonna play Deja Iman's song, and then we're gonna come back with some Tell Me Why. And yeah, we're gonna play it right now, and then we're gonna go into a break, and then we're gonna put some more Tell Me Why. I'm
Break
sorry.
at 7:45.
Huh?
It breaks at 7:45.
I know, but I had her video, and I
Just play the commercial.
hmm?
Just play the commercial.
I didn't want to because the did you
Cause
because we was done talking about it. I had to get that clocked out. So
why did you just let Continue talking. You talk about you, because that takes up more time for telling why.
Don't let me get too comfortable. Don't let me get too comfortable. I know, my friend, you are a blessing, but I'm not guessing you're like my whole life. I already know your type. I'm guessing you want my blessing, but baby, I'm not that guy. Either way, I'm not gonna do the things I used to do. I'm not trying to get too comfortable. I just want a friend until the end. We ain't even gotta do that other shit. We can ride a bike or play air hockey on the side. Maybe get a drink, but girl, I don't wanna be between those thighs. I know that you're beautiful, you know that you're beautiful. So maybe, baby, we shouldn't get too comfortable. Think about it, I know you want it, yeah girl, I want you too. But right now, baby, I just cannot do that to you. Blessing, but I'm not guessing whole life. I already know your type. I'm guessing you want my blessing, but baby, I'm not that guy. Blessing, but I'm not guessing you're like my whole life. I already know your type. I'm guessing you want my blessing, but baby, I'm not that guy. I know that you're beautiful, you know that you're beautiful. I know that you're beautiful, you know that you're beautiful. But I promise I'm not your blessing.
I'm here because there's such great things about it. It's just something amazing about so many different people from different places, different backgrounds, different cultures coming to really help. And so it's amazing just looking around, everyone's just putting their pride down, putting their egos away, and they're just putting the dirty work, cleaning up, painting. It doesn't matter what they do, they're just doing it. So it actually lifts me up. It just helps me that, like, I don't know, there's hope in this world because of it. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Live on yours or
Live. We are back. We're not even on.
We're
We're back. Yeah, we weren't on. I can't hear myself. Am I
back.
on? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I don't think my little lights are on.
No, you're good.
It's not supposed to be on this week.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
I trust
Okay,
it.
guys.
Can you hear us,
So-
Trey? You can't hear us?
They can hear all of
She
it.
can't. Yeah, I can't hear me. Good
I
boy.
can't hear me either.
There.
Can you hear yourself now?
Oh yeah, I can hear me now.
You can hear yourself?
Yeah.
You can hear yourself?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, we're good.
Loud
Okay,
and clear
sorry
on my
about
end.
the technical
Oh my
difficulties, y'all.
goodness, y'all. So, hey, y'all, we're back. Queen Table Talk. Here on the Hub Radio. We are going to get into our next segment, Tell Me Why. So, you guys. So, do you guys remember Monique? She, not me. But,
I'm like, what?
yes, not
Are
me.
you not
y'all.
here today?
Monique, the comedian. Okay. So, earlier this week, she called for a boycott of Netflix because she said that they offered to have a comedy special with her, and they offered her $500,000. She turned it down because it was not enough money for her.
Right.
And she's calling for a boycott, and she's saying that it's gender and racial bias. So let me ask you, how do y'all feel about this?
We boycott Netflix then.
Yeah, 500,000 compared to Amy, however you say her last name. Schumer, which was like what, 20 million for a series.
I think she got like 11
or 11, which is 11, 500,000. What would you rather, get? That's crazy. Just based off of her resume, based off of the things she's done already. That's insulting.
It's insulting.
Very insulting. I would have been hot using that.
I would have been insulted too. I think that I respect Monique for standing up and saying, you know what, I'm not going to accept this from you guys, and I'm not going to. I feel like I'm worth more than that. And by all means, you have every right to do that if you feel like somebody is not giving you what you feel like you deserve. However, I'm gonna have to be the odd man out, and I'm gonna have to say I don't think that the answer to this is actually boycotting Netflix.
Why?
Because I feel like just think about it like this. So if you go for a job interview and they interview you and they want to offer you a position and say, hey, we looked at your resume and we like you, you're qualified, however, this is how we want to offer you. You have every right to turn that down if you want to do that, but that doesn't mean I have to go and boycott the whole.
But you got to look at the reasoning behind as to why it wasn't that she was just presenting.
I understand.
But they couldn't give an actual reason to why they couldn't pay her as much.
But hold on, as black women, if we see that someone's not supporting someone that looks like us and they did the same thing to Wanda Sykes, when it comes to another person who's a different color, are we still willing to opt into supporting that business as black women?
I mean, I'm a Netflix account either way.
But I'm just
what
saying.
I'm saying is that.
But you're saying don't.
But I don't think that's the complete answer.
But
I think that when it comes to situations like this, is why it's important why we should create our own spaces and why we can get on our own platforms. Not saying that we have, not saying that she has like an alternative. She probably does, but either way, I feel like there has to be somewhere that you can go, another platform that you can get on, to where somebody will pay you for a respectable amount.
Well, where else you gonna go? If Netflix, which is probably paying top dollar, isn't gonna give you, but Netflix, I'm sure, will give you the most. So if they're not giving you what you need, but would you still? I think boycotting is maybe not the sole answer, but I think it definitely is a way in which we need to go, because we gotta understand it. If we're not in talk with the creators of Netflix, so the people that look like us if they're doing something and they're disproving of us as a people, there's no way I'm putting my money into that business, because if I'm sitting in that chair, I'm getting the same disrespect. So yeah, boycott it.
And it's a
Stop putting your
subscription
money.
too.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a one-time payment. It's
They
a
taking
subscription.
so
every month you're paying to watch these shows, these movies, and look what's happening. Like they're not even including
black people.
Well,
and
it's not so much they're including them. I was gonna say it's not so much that they're including them. It's the fact that they're not. They want you.
They want you to be a slave, basically.
It's not that they didn't want her. They wanted her because they offered her.
Not wanting her bad enough.
Exactly, they didn't want her bad enough, saying
And they didn't want her. They probably did that because they knew, they keep coming in here asking, so let's just give her some chump change. Because you mean they offered Amy 20 million or 11 million?
11.
Regardless
of that funny. She probably isn't that funny.
But she white.
No.
She white.
Well, because she had a good year too. She had a good summer.
And she white.
And that's it.
I don't care what kind of year she had. Monique got more on her resume though. Monique got way more on her resume.
And Monique has made me laugh more than Amy Schumer had.
I don't even know what is she on Pitch Perfect?
Is she?
Wait, which one is she?
Amy Schumer, the girl with no lips.
All of them got no lips.
Well, you said I'm like, oh wait.
I don't know how to describe her. She
Is she kind of big?
Is she the big fat Amy?
Is
No, that's not
that
her.
her?
No, that's
I
not
don't know
her.
how to describe
I
her.
think it's the one from
Oh my
Trainwreck.
God, I feel so bad. Okay.
Maybe we should
Don't
Google
feel
it.
bad.
I'm
No,
gonna Google it.
I don't know how to describe
I don't
her.
know
Like
what she looks
Is
like.
she
she's
white?
white,
She
she's
got blonde hair.
She's blonde and she
She's
Y'all are-
supposedly
y'all are-
funny.
I don't know. I don't think she's
We are
funny.
not. We don't feel bad that we cannot explain who she is. We are okay with that. The fact of the matter is, they tried to play our girl Monique.
Yes.
And
I
Wanda.
love
And Wanda
Monique.
is funny.
I do.
Oh yeah,
And
she's
this
from
is-
Trainwreck. Her.
From Trainwreck. Okay, that's
Trainwreck.
right. Okay.
She's in that movie Trainwreck.
That's that corny like stuff.
Oh my God, Jasmine, you and these glasses and you and your comments, it's like all of it put together.
I
in
think
one
the glasses
is
are just
a lot.
making it worse.
Yeah,
but
it
I
does.
always, I'm the
It
same
does.
It does
person
make it
that
worse.
I am.
It does. But no, I respect Monique. I really do because she's standing up for other
Right.
black
And you don't
women
really
and saying,
hear
you know,
her
yeah,
in the
pretty
media
much. I'm not
about
going to
this
stand
stuff.
for this salary.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is just like, okay, my whole thing is just F Netflix. Like,
That's a boycott.
But
man.
she's trying to get a
What?
message.
That's
she's
a
trying to
boycott.
get a
That's-
message across, though. You get what I'm saying?
What
Because
did you think
how
she
would we
meant?
not have known if she didn't say something?
That's
You know
very
what I
true.
mean? We wouldn't have known. We would have been like, oh, okay,
That's
Netflix
very
is chill.
true.
You
And
know?
then Wanda Sykes came out and she
Oh.
said that, you know, she thanked her.
Yeah.
Because
And
they
again,
actually
we talked about it how black women internalize stuff. So that was
Right.
an act of Wanda Sykes
Right.
internalizing what she went through and thinking, as a black woman, they're not going to listen to me. And it's probably the same thing with Monique, because people are saying, well, it's probably because of her attitude. No, I'm going to tell you one thing. It's because of the color of her skin. It ain't got nothing to do with what Monique was doing or nothing like that. 500,000 versus 11
Right.
million with
Right.
the with the
I got
resume
it.
she got.
Got it.
Yeah, I would have tore it off and said, like, who do y'all think I am?
Or even then,
Yeah.
though, like, I mean, I don't know how all that stuff works. Hopefully we will one day. But
Not
as
with
far as-
Netflix.
right? Not with Netflix. But as far as like negotiation, you know, like was it
Yeah.
like a negotiation that went
I'm
on?
sure there
Like-
was, but I mean, I'm pretty sure she also felt insulted. Like 500,000? That's what y'all started with, really?
Mhm.
So I mean, and then she did say in the video that
And she did
she
say
was
she
saying
didn't
like
wanna-
based off of like what movies she's
Mhm.
been in and blase, and she's like, well, that's basically her resume.
Right.
So-
In her movie that she was in
Right.
was more profitable
Right.
than the one that
She's
Amy
working.
Schumer was in.
Yeah.
You know? So I think I'm sorry, I forgot the movie that it was, but I think the movie that Amy Schumer was in
She said
last
Trainwreck.
summer.
I don't think that was from last summer though.
Was Trainwreck wasn't a black person? Wasn't LeBron in that?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't
LeBron
watch
was in
movies
there.
like
I
that.
remember that coming
Yeah.
out. But yeah, I mean, I don't have Netflix. I don't really say Netflix
I'm
and
not.
chill.
I'm not tired to like
I
use
don't
other
have
people's.
Netflix.
You'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
We
that
are done.
person too.
As black people, we are done supporting infrastructures,
Yeah.
no matter what that looks like, that do not benefit us. I don't care if it's one person that they're not benefiting. That represents all of us. Because when we sit in their face, in the face of these people that own these things, they will treat us the same way, and we don't even have that resume. So I'm done supporting infrastructures that don't benefit us, whether it's church, whether it's school. I don't care what it is. If you don't support black people, I'm good. I'm keep my money.
Indeed, indeed. Speaking of not supporting black people, so the Women's March.
Oh yeah.
You know the Women's
Let's
March
talk about that.
happened. Yes. So noticeably there was a lot less black women at the march.
Mhm.
And a lot of people, a lot of black women were saying they're not going to the march. A lot of ones who went last year were saying they're not going to go this year, or
Right.
didn't go this year, because pretty much the whole message behind it and the whole activism behind the march, they felt like it didn't cater to them at all.
Of course not.
And it was more of like a fight for white women's rights, and not really a fight for women of color,
Right.
not for all women.
Can we start saying black women?
Hmm?
Can we start saying
But
black women?
I say that though because not only black women though, but also the
But
other
we're
women.
talking
There were
about
other women
black
who were
women,
marching
right?
too.
Yeah.
We are, but there were other women who were
Of
marching
color.
as well. Yeah, of color who were marching. So there
It's
were.
not
Because
just
I just
us,
feel like even, but
everybody
no,
too,
but I
you
feel
know?
like even in that statement, we still are not acknowledging black women, like
Right,
women
black
of color.
women.
We're talking about black women.
Along
What I'm
with-
saying is that a lot of women of color
Yeah.
did not
I just
go.
don't like being
Yeah.
included in that.
She
Um,
said being
in that,
included.
like term, because I'm like it's still when you say okay a feminist march, black women are not highlighted. When you say women of color, black women are still not highlighted. Call me a black. I ain't no woman of color. I'm a black woman.
Agreed, but hey, what I said was that in the march, it was more of a march for white women and not women of color. So that means black women the mission didn't include us.
Right.
That means for Hispanic women, the mission didn't include
I know,
y'all.
I'm just saying
for any
that's
other
proving
woman
our
of
point.
color,
I would
it
just
doesn't include
like
y'all.
for us
That's
to
what I
include
mean.
our point. I
We're
understand
just
what
saying,
you mean.
but
we're just
we're
saying
for-
overall.
Overall,
At the march.
I don't know.
but getting back to black women.
Exactly.
That
gonna
either
really
way,
get
I'm
in.
like, our point is to black women. That's all I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, the point is to black women, but my statement overall about
I know what
the
your
march.
statement was. I still think it should be a
But
black woman.
anyway,
We're gonna
so
talk about
going
black
back
women.
to the march. Yes.
So black women, they said they were not gonna go out to the march because when they went last year, they felt like it wasn't like really for them, and it was just more so they didn't address the issues of what black women really go through. And I think that it's a struggle that we deal with as black women, and something like I don't have to go to the march to have to figure out like that's what happened. Because I'm actually reading this book right now. It's called The Double Lives of Black Women in America. And imagine taking being a woman and then compounding that with being black, right? And it's like you're at the bottom of the barrel, like bottom. And if it's gonna be a women's march, I think that the responsible thing to do would be to address all issues that women deal with, black, white, whatever, and not just highlight it to where okay, this is just what we're fighting for, and eliminate race. And I believe they call that intersectional feminism, and when you start addressing like the other when you bring race into the equation. So
And that's I mean.
Oh no, I was gonna say I just feel like I agree with a lot of them. Last year I was looking at the march, and I know a couple people who went. And I thought it was cool as far as the turnout. Yeah. But when you look at it, like as far as like issues like with sexual harassment and issues like with sexual allegations and equal pay, I get all that equal pay, having the right to not be violated. But are we gonna dig deeper? So a lot of that was brought to the forefront. So I just wanted to know how y'all felt about.
I saw the post about 57% of white women voted for Trump. I saw a lot of that.
That too, because
I saw a lot of
that was another reason why a lot of them did not go, because they said a lot of those women who were still out there protesting voted for Trump. So what is it, 53%? 57%.
Last year I didn't participate in the march, but I was downtown at the same time. If that makes sense. And I saw, and I felt very motivated by it because it was all women banding together, saying, just like their posters crack me up, like, don't touch my vagina and all this kind of like crazy stuff. So it was very nice to see. I can understand black women and women of color saying, I'm not going to go this year because there are deeper issues, but I also feel that we can kind of go and show like this is where we stand with our posters and say these are the problems that we want to bring to the light, and kind of like pack it out as well to kind of represent ourselves instead of just not coming to show up. Does that make sense?
Be more inclusive.
Yeah, like just showing up and saying like this is what I stand for. I think we need more of this. Instead of being like, oh, I'm not gonna just go at all. So personally, that's just like how I feel about it. So.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it because, like you were saying, it's a wave of feminism is a white woman's argument basically. It's not for black women. When you think of what they're arguing for, okay, they initially were writing, rioting to get the right to vote, but black women didn't even have the right to be people. So I don't have a place in that. So then now we have these issues with our hair. It's not even just sexual harassment, it's rape that black women are dealing with. The number one rate of death in black women is not cancer, it's dying at the hand of men, going on blind dates, being killed by these men. Those issues are not brought up at that women's march. And it's like, okay, yeah, equal pay, but I can't even touch on equal pay as a black woman because I can't even get in the door. So it's just like, it's not for us to go to, even when it comes to racism. That's a white man's fight. I'm done fighting white people on that. We gotta better ourselves as black people. We gotta stop showing support when they don't come to our stuff. They not showing up to Black Lives Matter movement, so why am I coming to a white feminist march? They don't, and it's like we get up there and we do these speeches, but you sit in front of people who don't even respect you.
Or who can't relate to you.
Who can't relate to you, who don't respect you. The only reason why they standing there is because they can't walk out of nowhere while you giving your speech. But it's women in that march who can't respect you. And as black people, I feel before we bring allyship to other people, we gotta start seeing that done to us. We gotta get ourselves together as black women before we go to anybody's march. Do a black women's march. I mean, there is black feminism, which I am proud to be a part of. Like that, those are issues that affect us. But as far as showing up to the women's march, nah. And I even saw a poster. It was like a black activist. She was saying she stopped rallying with white people because she realized it was just about the sign. Like that's all it was about. It's not. I'm not gonna say white women don't go through anything, but signs that they make. They were just saying it's a battle of who can make the best sign. And I'm saying I'm not gonna say white women don't go through anything, but a lot of them are rallying for like things that aren't physical things that are done to them. And black women, we have a lot of physical things. We have mental illness that happens to us. So that isn't spoke about. Like I don't equal pay, but when I go in there, I'm being, people are prejudiced, and when you experience racism, that leads into mental illness. So it's like that. It's not our fight, and I wish I could tell every black woman, like, if we're gonna sit up here and go to this, we need to have our own march and let people know, like, we are not playing, because our fight it's not the same. And I'm pretty sure our issues didn't get brought up at that march.
Oh, of course it did.
And black women spoke. So it's just like I'm not here. I like I said before, I'm not doing allyship or in support.
You can really
but you can.
You can speak, but for your voice to really be heard and what you say to resonate with people, I don't think that it would resonate with anybody who can't relate to it. Anybody who doesn't have the heart to open up.
But if you give them numbers, so even like you just give numbers. You give numbers and say, for every one black woman that is raped, for every one reported rape account, there are 15 that go unreported. So if there's 100,000 black women that have been raped, multiply that by 15. Somebody they gonna step back and go, oh, okay, rape, and then those numbers, 100,000 times 15, like that's gonna hit somebody. But if we're not doing it, like if you have a platform, your platform is yours. They might pull you off that stage, but whatever is gonna come out of your mouth is gonna come out of your mouth. So it's just it's gonna hit somebody. Those numbers are going to hit somebody because those are harsh numbers. So I'm like, they gotta start using their platform wisely. To me.
I think one of the speakers was Leticia.
Oh yeah, she did. She did too.
So I'm just really curious to what she said.
And Viola Davis spoke too.
Oh yeah.
And hers was more on like, we need to be inclusive of the woman and the black woman and equal pay and stuff, because she's in Hollywood, so they see that a lot. But yeah, I just.
So.
We'll be going to a break. We'll be on to a break.
You funny.
We'll be back in like 5 minutes with table talk.
Yes, 5 minutes. You like threw me off. I was like,
I was gonna say it.
No, I was about to say something like, and you was like, oh.
Everybody gonna try. Everybody gonna try. Allow me to give you something to think about. Not everything that comes out of Compton is bad. I mean, we have Dr. Dre, The Game, Kendrick Lamar, Venus and Serena Williams, that little girl with the dream, Maya Aja Brown. P. Diddy couldn't have said it better. This is the fairy tale, man. And fairy tales do come true, because we got millions of cats that are coming up with that hustling spirit and drive. They got that mention in it, that drive. Bill Lyons had that drive to overcome all obstacles. Bill Lyons isn't just a clothing line or just a brand. It's a movement. Bill Lyons is Compton. Compton is Bill Lyons. Respect the perspective. Bill Lyons.
When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money.
Look, life on the edge, get a grip. Know that they want me to slip. Hustle but something to quit. Ain't no pitch down for this grip.
I could be a big bad movie star with money and awards and a shiny car. Yeah, I could travel across the world in a limousine. But if you ain't by my side, then what does it mean? Yeah. Hey. Hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my hand. 'Cause I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. Yeah. I could be the world's best VIP and have people celebrate when they see me. Little on me, hey. I could be a singing superstar. Where people know my songs both near and far. Hey, yeah, hey. But when the clapping stops, they go home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When the music fades and I grow old. When Rachel Cuzzo, when I look back and I see I've done it all. I'll need you by my side to keep me warm. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my hand, hold my hand. Because I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you.
With some more Queen's Table Talk here live at the Hub Radio. We are going to get into some table talk. Today we are going to talk about love, relationships, and sex.
I didn't say nothing.
I'm just kidding. Okay, I'm sorry.
You already did it.
Right.
I know.
Don't apologize, you already did it.
Right. So, okay, we're going to start this. So, a couple days ago, Sierra made a post about a video with Pastor John Gray, and he was talking about women and being wives and walking in the spirit of being a wife rather than being a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And she posted the video with the caption, "Level Up." So when she posted this,
and don't settle, level up, don't settle.
Pretty much, that's all she said. Yeah, right. People were upset with her, and they were going in on her. And I almost feel like, I just feel like it's because of the messenger. I don't know why. Ever since she broke up with Future and has really leveled up, you know. Like, I feel like people are always looking for a reason to come for her. She's out here living her best life. Like, she's out here doing, like, I don't understand what the problem is, but people are saying
for any men that might be
to be wise, and that's all we should aspire to. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like,
nobody
said that.
Right.
Nobody, all I'm saying is that, how did you get all of that out of what she said? All she said was level up. That's all she said.
Somebody, CC Adams put on, on Twitter, she was like, Sierra told women to level up and live like in quotations, like a wife so they can be married is astounding to me. Didn't you need grace, mercy, and compassion when you were being dragged up and down the internet for the future situation? How quickly people forget when they reach a perch of privilege. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? She ain't reaching and for nothing. And why would you throw, like, that's another thing where I talked about this last week. Black people need to stop getting in front of other people's rallies. And it's a black person. She's telling you, she's not even telling. She said level up and don't settle. That's in anything. That don't even have to do with relationship. So I'm just like, can we stop coming for people? She wasn't meaning it in no way. And I'm like, that's the truth.
She didn't. But I'm like, if anything, she's more credible than anybody. I'm gonna take advice from her. Like, but the thing is that Sierra,
okay, like Cardi B letting Offset cheat on you, walking around like Nelly's girlfriend, or Nia or Nelly, whatever one it is, letting them cheat on you and you coming back. That's the spirit of a girlfriend. Like, I'm sorry, that's the spirit of a girlfriend. It's not wife material. So get it together. I mean,
and I'm coming for her. Like, she's out here living her best life. And like I said,
happy.
She's the one that really leveled up. Like, that's the point. Like, I would hope that all of us would try to get to is to be loved and to be happy and to be in a situation, in a healthy relationship, you know?
And Future just wasn't the one for her.
Right.
And nothing wrong.
I mean,
there's
she
nothing
had
wrong
a
with
child with him. That's a blessing. But at the same time, she realized she had to deep down inside love herself. I'm looking at the post right now, and the last thing it says, I need to love myself. So how can people bash her when she found within herself?
I'm so upset because she actually got online and kind of apologized for what she posted.
No,
and I was like, why is she gonna try to post this and try to justify? Do you have the picture of her post of her post? Did she apologize? I'm like, why are you gonna apologize for something if you posted that? Like, level up. Like, what's the problem? You know?
People are just mad because they can't be with the Russell Wilson. That's what it is.
I don't even think it's
Goals.
bad. I just think that
everybody's been like goals and all this stuff. So
I just think that people have a distorted view of love, and people have a distorted view of structure and what that is supposed to be.
Oh, I like this one. Sierra got all the women that don't view themselves as wife material triggered. Big time triggered. Pay attention, fellas. They're confessing their sins on the Sunday morning. Amen. Hallelujah. Well, there it is. All of the girlfriends, the ones that are in the spirit of girlfriend. I mean, if you're mad about it, I guess you're in that spirit. You're in that spirit realm. So you need to come on down or come higher, do something.
Yeah. But I still, this is what she said. She said, I was once that girl wanting to be loved a certain way, but was making the wrong choices. I found myself in my lowest moment. I was a single mom sitting at home, and then I realized that the perfect love I was looking for was how God loves me and how He wants me to be loved, and He was calling me, and who He was calling me to be as a mom and a woman. And then that's when I realized, married or not married, I needed to love myself.
Married or not
I'm
married.
still mad that she justified that. Like, but it's like it's no justification. Like, what every woman wants to be loved and want to be treated in the utmost respect. I still
not all of them.
She said that with some glasses. She said, not all of them.
Not all of them.
You're cracking me up with these glasses on.
I mean,
don't anybody that's just now watching the show. This is how I am all the time. I think the glasses are just making it worse, but I'm always like this. Yes, I'm always like this. But yeah, no, like y'all, no, like sis, y'all not winning this one. Like, and it's not that you have to marry someone to. And he was saying like, you become. Pastor John Gray, are we playing that?
Yeah, we're gonna play this video, just so y'all can see. Because I actually want to know y'all opinion about this video too before we get into it. Not Sierra, but just the video in itself. So let's go ahead and let's play that.
The other side for any of my single sisters is, God, what is about, where, Lord, when am I going to be found, Jesus? I've been in here worshiping you, perfect in all of your ways, but I'm still single. Here's what the scripture says. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. It didn't say he that finds a girl that he's attracted to, who he then begins to date, who he then calls his girlfriend, who he then buys a ring, proposes and makes her his fiance, who he then marries later, who becomes his wife. You're not a wife when I marry you, you're a wife when I find you. You become my wife when I marry you. But a wife is not the presence of a ring, it's the presence of your character. Too many
Sierra's post aside, how do y'all feel about this video?
Go ahead, I know you have one.
I'm here for it.
Cause she was already. I know.
No, I was waiting for you to go. I'm here for the video. I feel like like I always say, it's self-work, and I love how he put that you become a wife or you become someone that can hold all of that together prior to a man even meeting you. Like, you have to make yourself better in order to become a wife. And it even goes to say that some people are getting married and they're not wives, but they just have rings. So I'm like, self-work, that was what I got from it, that even if you don't get married, you level up and you better yourself. It's just, I don't understand how anyone could combat that. Like, it's not, level up. Like, do your self-work. If you're not willing to do that, and maybe we shouldn't say wife, but just become a better woman, become a queen. Like, because even in saying queen, a queen gotta have a king. You ain't just a queen on your own. So it's like, in that same thing, wife is included in that too. So I'm here for it.
What was the mashing of this video?
Oh, there was no.
I don't know.
It
was the fact
I had
that
an opinion about it.
Okay. I definitely like the video. I like his message. I think this needs to happen more because we're kind of like in a day and age where, you know, I'm going to get this money and I'm going to just kind of do me. But you also have to think about basically what he was saying about just having a ring doesn't make you a wife. Because like she was saying, I know some people that got married at an early age and are still trying to become wives now. So, I mean, definitely the level of attraction does happen, but it also has to come with you kind of leveling up yourself as an individual, and like he said, your character. You're gonna have a character of a wife. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I definitely liked the video. I like that it was biblically based as well. So, I'm for it. So what's your opinion? Because you're smirking.
No, I agree with all of it. Okay,
yeah.
So I agree with it. That's what the Bible says, what the word says, that, you know, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. However, the only thing that really, not even before this video had even began to circulate as wide as it did, I always had feelings about the way churches try to place a lot of emphasis on women becoming wives, but I feel like the same energy is not put into building men and teaching men how to become husbands. And it's like, yeah, like, you know, you're building us up to become wives, and, like, you know, you're building us up to try to, you know, be someone who can be found. But in this day and age, it's like, okay, well, what exactly are you guys teaching the men in the church? Because I done been around some men who've been in the church and who really ain't about nothing. I'm like, so y'all telling me to be a wife, but y'all not teaching him how to be a man or how to be a husband. So I think that's just the part that is always the accountability. I think, because it's always like women should be classy, and that we need to know how to conduct ourselves, and that we need to do this and we need to do that. But I'm like, but nobody's teaching the men that, and that's always bothered me. Yeah. And it's always been something. I'm like, even when I saw this, I'm like, oh.
I mean, I think it's
bothered by it.
It's more noticeable now. There's more people talking about it now than before. It's being acknowledged, but I think now, since we're talking about it more, we're holding them accountable more. So, I mean, before, the men. So, I mean, we still have to carry ourselves classy, you know, and respectable, but as well as hold them up and kind of challenge them, like, if you want me to be this way, or if I'm this way, you know, for us to get married, you need to kind of level up as well. Like, don't just be balanced, equally yoked. Right. That's where that comes in. Husband material.
It's, but you, like, the guy or the other person has to be taken out of the equation for you to get better. Because I know even today, like, I was having a conversation with somebody and I was telling them about some decisions that I've made recently, and I was going to say, like, oh yeah, so I can attract a better man, but I go, I've benefited from my decisions more than anyone else has. And even though to me, I was like, I gotta stop doing X, Y, and Z so that I can attract something different. I'm just out here living my life and being, you know, who I am, and just doing it as I'm doing it, and I've received benefits of that. So I'm like, we gotta start having this conversation where we're not acting to get married, but we do have that in the back of our head where it's like, if you do aspire to be married, there is a certain way that you need to carry yourself. But the carrying yourself is not the self-worth. You know, you cover up, you're not out here with your butt out, all of that, like, you know, you look modest or whatever. Yeah. But you can be covered up and still be broken on the inside. So you gotta do your self-worth even up until the point of you actually presenting yourself to somebody.
Right.
So.
No, I totally agree with y'all. But this perfect segue. So since we talking about, so we said we were gonna talk about love and relationships and whatnot. So if y'all were tuning into our show last week, this was the idea of Miss Jasmine Renee. yes, queen. So I'm gonna let you do the honors.
You want me to start?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do the honors.
I don't know. Are there any what are we? So I know I can go and say for the past few months since the middle of October, I have agreed to not have sex. One, because I was dealing with people I know. Maybe a few months ago on the show, I had talked about the dude, and I had just came from the game, and I had saw the dude. So stuff like that, and that stuff has happened to me probably like over 3 times. And I had to get to the point where I was just like, I'm attracting something, and if I'm talking about self-worth, I couldn't just put that on them. And I always talk about the adhesiveness that we have, and I think of it as like, you know, when you have any type of Velcro or something that sticks, if you leave it and you don't tend to it, it gets like hair and just like cotton balls and stuff stuck in it. So to me, it was like I had to get that stuff out. So I opted into not having sex until it was somebody that either I wouldn't mind having a child with, or someone that I was completely okay with having them in my space. So yeah, so I'm out here just not having sex in my life. So
living your best life.
Yes, and it's, I mean, blessings have came from that. There's so much that even just this weekend, like aside from what we talked about here that people were able to see, I had about 3 meetings, and everything was to add on to initiative. And you know, God has just put it on people's heart to do things for the brand in 2018 and just to continue. So I feel like it's a cleansing of me and getting rid of, and not to say like these men have bad spirits on them or whatever. Maybe they did, I don't know. But I can't have them keep coming into my space. And I will always, before events, I would say the month before I wouldn't have sex with anybody, the month before all of my events. And I will do that because I know I'm presenting my child, per se, to people at initiative events. I need my energy to be right. And in the same thing when I was teaching my kids, I'm very protective over my kids and my energy that I give my kids. So they make me make the best decisions. My kids, the students, and I can't come in with a defiled energy coming to them. And not that they pick up on it, but I just can't feed into them that. And I pour into my kids a lot to this point where sometimes I'm left empty. So if I'm pouring into them and that negative energy is in that, I'm also pouring that into them too. So they woke me up without them actually knowing that, yeah, like, you need to be more protective of your energy. And I'm not saying like I'm just not gonna have sex, but I'm just being a lot more intentional with who I lay down with.
Right.
So
I agree with you. Okay, let me tell y'all. So I've kind of like been up on this wave where it's like you realize that when you take sex out of the equation, it's a lot easier to weed out the F boys, and it's a lot easier to weed out the ones that are really not about nothing, and the ones that actually like are about something. So, cause I feel like a lot of dudes, like if you tell them up front, so I'm not having sex with you, this is not what I want to do, they gonna be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And next thing you know, you don't hear from them. And I was like on that way for a cool minute, to where I was like, I wasn't messing with nobody, I didn't talk to nobody, I wanted to protect my own energy. And this guy took me out on a date, and we were talking, and he brought up sex. Why? I don't know. I was automatically turned off. Like, why are we talking about sex right now? I'm trying to eat my food. So then he's like, so we were talking, and I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, well, at the time I was exploring. Oh my god. So at the time I was not like that, no. At the time though, I was trying to like explore like the whole celibacy thing.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing crazy. So I was doing the whole celibacy thing. It lasted 2 years. So
So I was doing that.
I ain't trying to wait that long.
Okay, look. Okay, so I told the dude, right? And I was like, okay, I'm telling it. I was like, I ain't having sex with nobody. He was like, really? Like, I feel sorry for you. And I was like, how do you feel sorry for me for making a decision about my own body?
That's a complete turn off.
That is a turn off. But I'm like, who are you to tell me that you feel? I was like, first of all, I feel sorry for you because you're not about to get any of this. But it's like, I made a decision to not have sex. So, you feel sorry for me for doing that? Like, I'm like,
that's dumb because you know how much self-control
and how much discipline you gotta have, right? You know. So I'm just like, yeah, it makes it a lot easier to kind of weed out the people like whose intentions are really pure and those whose intentions are really not pure. And I just feel like sex is not a big deal for me. It's like I'd rather get to know you on a mental level. I'd rather you stimulate me mentally, you know. And I mean, I'd rather us have conversations about, you know, social injustice, and I'd rather us have conversations about the culture. Like, let's talk about that. Like, I just feel like nothing attracts me more than a guy who can like drop knowledge about anything. So I'm like, that right there will stimulate me more than you sitting over here talking about how much you wanna, you know, do.
I'm not gonna lie, sex is big for me, so this is hard. It's not easy. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say I love having woke conversations and I love talking about the culture and all of that. But that it don't, you know, replace sex for me. Like it's cool and all, but it ain't replacing sex for me. So I'm like, it's a little difficult.
So
You're emotional.
I need to get to know you.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you say you what?
She needs to feel that like emotional connection.
That emotional connection, and you know what's crazy?
To have sex with them?
Yeah. I don't.
Or just in a relationship in general, right?
Yeah.
Like I like that with your friends too as well.
I am.
Yeah.
Like what?
She has to have that emotional connection.
Right. I gotta be close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. I don't feel that.
Monica's not like that.
I'm like, we got a pretty close relationship, but I don't feel like she's too emotional. Like, or like she's like,
emotional.
No, but it's like,
but she feels comfortable enough, like how she can cry in front of us and stuff like that. That's an emotional connection.
I feel like when I like open up to somebody vulnerable, like and somebody like in a vulnerable sense, like as far as like being with a man and to open up to them, I feel like that's me being more naked than me taking off my clothes.
Yeah,
you know?
We had that whole. I don't know if
being
it was on a
emotionally naked.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on a mock show.
See, and I don't. No, it wasn't on the show. It was just after. But I don't mind being open. I don't mind speaking up on things. I also don't mind having sex, and it got to. I mean, it's just a point where like I don't necessarily need that emotional connection, and even how we were talking about at the mixer, like how they were like, you gonna get connected to somebody, or you're gonna feel that if you're having a booty call, you're gonna feel like if it's often, you're gonna be like connected to them. But I'm like, I'm not that person because if I know that you an F-boy, as Mo put it, it ain't gonna be no connection. And if we are having interactions, that's all it's gonna be.
And if I know that you an F-boy, I ain't even about to like sit over here and entertain you.
I've entertained them for booty call reasons. That's why I've entertained F-boys.
Oh no.
They do what they need to do. So,
I have the job done. They get the job done.
Being overtime.
Have y'all taken that love language? We all taking that love language.
I haven't. I keep trying to take it. It's only how many questions is it? Like 5?
It's a lot.
No, it's kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it's really good though. You should really take it.
So there's like this quiz. If you guys don't know, it's a quiz called like the 5 love languages, like where it shows you like how you communicate best within love. My top rated one was acts of service. And then my lowest rated one was physical touch.
Mine too. My lowest one was physical. And my
not to talk about being in touch, but it's just like
I get you.
Don't come off like the bat with it. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I just feel like guys nowadays they just like they just are just out with it.
No,
is there no? Are you gonna dress it up for me? Like at least tie a bow around it or something.
I look like mean or something. Yeah, because I've had guys recently, and I don't know if this is like a new aura that I'm coming to, and they're like, I wanted to like holler, but I didn't, because I know you not with like the BS or whatever. So I just kind of like step back, and it's like now they're asking like, oh, it's time down. Like, hell no, it ain't time down. Like,
right. It keeps the weak ones away. Though I've had guys who have approached me and said like, oh, I can tell like that you're not up on like no BS frequency. And I'm like, and that's cool. I'm glad that you sense that because you know that I'm not here for the BS. Like, don't come around my way with it. I am a queen. Stay out of my kingdom. pretty much. You know, my hello, securing my crown. I am not about to play with it. I'm not about to play with you. But speaking of playing, so we went to.
I'm like, you just like jumped to a whole nother
I'm sorry.
story.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I got really
I was
excited
just
about
like,
this.
wait, did
No.
you ever finish the story, or I was like, because you were on the story, but I don't know if you finished.
Wait, so Leah's turn to
It's your story.
Well, my love language is words of affirmation. So physical touch is my lowest one. I don't really like people touching me either unless I want to be like comforted and held, you know, or something, because I'm like, you know. But and then acts of service as well. I don't know why it just makes me feel like, oh, you go out of your way to kind of do something to help me, you know, help my load, share that load with me. And I'm a virgin, so they're all proud of me because I'm like, I don't really like share that a lot with people, so I guess I'm first time sharing it on air. I have been with my boyfriend for a really long time, almost going on 6 years. And you know, I told him in the very beginning when we were in high school, like, hey, like, no, I'm just for personal reasons, spiritual reasons. So I just kind of said, you know, I want to wait until marriage, and he's been, you know, respectful the whole time, and he's not a virgin. So I always applaud him all the time, uplift him all the time for that, because I know it's very hard for him. So I mean, the whole discipline thing and self-control, I understand. So
I have to say, I really, really like commend you for that.
Thank you.
Because I think that it's very rare that you can, you know, have somebody say that they're a virgin, you know, and they're 20. And you know, it takes a lot of discipline. It really does.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
yeah, I know.
it does. You know, no, for real. So I really commend you for that.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
It just makes me feel weird talking about it, because it's like, when everybody's talking about their experience, I'm just kind of like,
I mean, but that's the up part. Like, that's the, like, the bars here. Us talking about, like, sex is down here. Like, that's why I'm like, when you would be like, oh, we're talking about, I'm just like.
Just because it's like, I'm not used to talking about it a lot of times. I mean, I talk with my best friend, but I don't really talk in groups and, like, to people, and we don't really talk about it like that in my household. So it's kind of like, it's just something that we just don't talk about, you know. So it's different.
Right.
Go tell us that you're a virgin.
No, every guy.
If we're open with talking about having sex, I feel like we should be open and saying. I mean, not you, but of course, virgins should be, you know, happy to be like, I ain't had sex. I'm like, it's done on me then, cause
done on me.
I didn't have my share.
Yeah, she doesn't have my
Well, I'm just very straightforward in the sense of like, every guy that I ever talked to, even in high school, like, I was like, hey, like, what's up? Like, are we talking or what? Because I need to let you know.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah.
And I think I just walk around like, no, you can't. Cause wasn't no nigga asking me, like, they would like try to do stuff or whatever. And I'm just like, who do you think I am? Like, this ain't the ant wrong. Like, no.
They're trying to finesse their way into it, you know.
This crazy little car.
Yeah. Even grown men, from high school and grown men too, you know.
Oh,
like,
people that used to like hang out there, you know, the people that graduated and still go back and hang out.
If you still hanging out at high school when you graduated, you need to be.
Doing something better with your life.
You need to sit down somewhere. And then also, I just really wanted to talk about this because I didn't get a chance to talk about it the day it happened. So the other day we went to a mixer, and they were having this conversation. I walked in late. And they were having a conversation about booty calls. And they were talking about exclusive booty calls. And I said, first of all, you can't use exclusive booty calls in the same sentence, you know? So they gave this girl the microphone, and she was talking about how if she were to be talking to a dude or dude that she's talking with, she only wants them to have sex with her. And she was like, if you're with me, you're with me. Mind you, this is not her boyfriend. She's like, if we're messing around, I'm the only person that you should be messing around with, period. And she was like, you have to come over here and then, you know, do it with me and then go back and do it with somebody else and whoop, whoop, whoop. And then she started like really getting like raunchy with it and like talking about like, yeah, when she was talking about, no. And she was talking, no, girl. And she she was talking about like pretty much, okay, are you using protection? Are you not using protection? Are you over here? I'm like, you sound dumb. Like somebody hand me the mic.
So you want a boyfriend, not a booty call.
Well,
I'm very confused. Okay,
Yeah,
Jess, you were there. Okay, so let me know. What did you get from that? Because I was very lost, and I just felt like this.
Well, she eventually like turned her statement around and was just like, well, if they put condoms on, then they can go and have sex.
It don't matter.
What do you mean?
Like it's not a matter of like all condoms aside. We ain't even talking about that. It's the fact of the matter is that like you're not even in a relationship with me, but yet I'm gonna tell you that just because you're having sex with me.
No, you can go like I mean I think that's a valid point. If you're gonna have sex with other females, like you gotta wear a condom with me. She was like you have to wear a condom.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Herself. Not like when you go around.
Or what?
Yeah,
I mean, of course, that would be the hope that he is.
Yeah.
But she was saying she changed it to the point where it was like you don't have to just be messing with me, but you have to wear a condom.
At first she was like, oh yeah.
Well, yeah, because I mean, an exclusive booty call, like an exclusive booty call, is a man, like your man.
Right.
So that is not gonna work,
If it's
sweetheart.
exclusive, ain't no booty call. If it's a booty call, it's not exclusive. So I'm very confused.
Was that raunchy?
No,
That's
that
not
was
raunchy.
a crystal clear statement.
It was a crystal clear statement, but I was very confused about that. And I was just like, what? I was just like, why? But even like as women, like it's kind of made me sad because I'm like, we in a room like full of people, in a room full of men too. It's like, why do we say this? Because like I don't like that, and it's like what's wrong with you? Like just her talking about okay, like if you're just messing with somebody, that's it. Like it's just sex, nothing else. I'm like, them days are over. I'm over that stuff.
Wait,
you know?
you over what? I'm not
The
understanding.
booty call.
Yeah, like just
The
like
booty
the
call.
whole like.
Wait, so you're saying we should not have talked about booty calls?
No, I'm saying that we should. But what I'm saying is that we can address it, but I don't think that we should settle and be okay with that kind of situation.
Wait, settle and be okay with the booty call?
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
that's all it
I don't
is.
think it's that deep. Like a booty call is like, and you get on with your day, you know? Like the next
saying
day.
that we're better than that in 2018.
So no more booty calls? I mean,
That's
I
me.
ain't having no booty calls, but if I was deciding to have sex, then I'm not in a relationship, so it's gonna be a booty call.
I'm so emotional for that. Like, yeah.
I ain't got no
I feel like
emotions
you're a
or something.
relationship person.
I am.
So it's like I'm a relationship person. Like I don't want
I'm
you
just a
going
hoe.
out. I don't want you going out kissing, having sex with anybody else. I want you to be with me, like exclusively.
I mean,
Even
who
if
don't
we're-
want that
That's what
though?
I'm saying. So
Everybody wants to be exclusive with somebody, but if you ain't
exclusive
there,
booty
But
call,
I'm
what is
putting
that?
myself
no,
in a
I'm
position to
saying
be
everybody.
exclusive.
No, but everybody wants to be exclusive with somebody. I'm saying, of course you want to be exclusive, but while you don't have.
commitments, okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about the booty call. I'm talking about being exclusive in a relationship. But if you don't have that, then therefore presents the booty call. Like, are we disproving of booty calls?
If they,
Well, I mean Aaliyah, but you disproving of anything that consists of booty.
I mean, but I'm just saying, honestly, when I get older and I have a little bit older and I have a husband, I'm gonna do a booty call with my husband. Because technically, a booty call is
That's an exclusive booty call. What?
But
You
the booty
live
at a
with
specific time. Like if I'm at work and I'm like, hey, you know.
Aaliyah, you are not. No, I Wow,
with my
Aaliyah.
husband, like, let's go meet up at the hotel real quick. I'm on my lunch break.
I'm not paying for no hotel. I got a whole house. I'm not doing that.
Or meet up at the house or something.
I'm not doing a
I'm
hotel.
just
I got
saying,
a whole
when I
house.
get married, that's what I'm doing with my husband. Like, technically,
That's
that's a
not a
booty
booty
call.
call.
Like, hey, I'm calling you up. Bring it over. You know?
They're gonna be like meeting each other at like restaurants and like, hey sexy, where your husband?
I know.
Look, it keeps the relationship going, man.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm excited about that.
About
when I get married and stuff.
Well,
I'm
you
excited
better hurry
for
up
you,
and get
girl.
married. If I was
Shoot,
you, I
that
would have
won't
been married.
be-
I would have been
that
married
won't-
on the second
that
one.
won't
I'm
be for a
excited
long,
for
long
you.
time.
Marriage?
For a while.
Well, I commend you on that too, because if I'm with somebody for 5 or 6
Hello.
years,
Hello.
yeah.
I ain't doing that. At least like now in my adult life, I'm not gonna be with
But
you for
it's
6 years.
it's what
5
you
years,
did say though
whatever.
earlier. It does weed out everything because we have been through literally almost everything together, and I mean
enough
we
people
have to
character.
we
They
have
are.
to hold on to each other. We can't hold on to and I honestly think right now if we were to have sex, it would kind of mess up our relationship because it would
After
be,
6 years?
I think so because it would be so now I'm seeing you to kind of go have sex with you instead of I'm seeing you for you.
Well, that's deep. I don't think it's gonna
I
jump
think
to
so
that.
because
That's
of the type.
extreme, ain't it?
Well, because I know my boyfriend and his love language is physical touch.
So you think he's just gonna want you for sex?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I don't want every time we see each other, okay, like
That ain't
look,
gonna happen.
I'm telling you guys based off of what I know of myself and what I know based off of him.
Oh, you saying you gonna want it all?
No, I'm not saying me. I told you
Who
my love
else
language.
is in the relationship?
Him. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said, and you said no.
Not just for that though. You get what I'm saying?
I'm confused.
Oh,
you gotta say the actual word.
Every time we interact, I don't want it to be like, oh, we're going to interact to have sex. Like I like that to get to
you guys are gonna be like nymphos.
Jasmine just went like from 0 to 1,000. Like
you understand what I'm saying, Dre? Do you understand?
Dre, you understand what I'm saying? First of all,
does anybody understand what I'm saying?
I'm yelling. Okay. First of all, Dre's the wrong person to ask about this kind of conversation. Leave Dre out of leave Mr. Dre out of the conversation.
She's like, okay, so now without having sex, I get to have that time to really have these conversations. Not saying people who regularly have sex don't, but I'm saying like our conversation, mine is that like we have to really get to know each other because we're not physically involved.
Get to know each other on the sex
like
level.
we're able to get to know each other on a different level.
Y'all been getting to know each other for 6 years.
Each every day, I learn something new about this guy. You know, I don't know. It's just.
I thought you have some kind of balance. You look like you want to say something. That you look like you want to.
Honestly, all I can tell y'all is this is my opinion. That's all I'm saying. Like I just feel like we now. I'm saying now.
Ooh, now.
Yeah,
it's
right
not so
now
much that
it would mess everything up.
Hold on, wait.
Like if we were to.
I think
we're like way over.
What about when you get married?
When we get married, we're married.
This conversation.
When we get married, we're married. So it's like.
But we're
married.
But this is
so we're having sex to have children.
But it'll be the same thing. So like now that we married, are we just having sex just to have it, or are we still like being close? I think that it's just a matter of you both
being like married. That's like the ultimate like.
But it's the same thing where if you're saying that it would if you're saying it would ruin it now, it can still have the potential to ruin it then because, like you're saying, if you
I'm here.
Want it all the time even after you get married. Like the marriage isn't a mindset change. You're still the same person. The only thing that happens is the ceremony and your commitment to God. But at the end of the day, you guys are the same people. So even if you don't have sex today, but you have sex next year, the same issues that you think are going to come up.
My mindset when I get married is not going to be the same mindset that I have now. So
no, but you're not going to change over the day.
I think over the time when I'm preparing to get married, my mindset will start to change because right now I'm not even thinking really. I mean, I have thought about it, but I'm not thinking about getting married anytime soon.
Okay, we're gonna go to break really quick. We're gonna finish this conversation though. We can check on it now. But yeah, we'll be back.
Girl, how much of that conversation did you get?
I'm here because I heard such great things about it. It's just something amazing about so many different people from different places, different backgrounds, different cultures coming to really help. And so it's amazing looking around, everyone's putting their pride down, putting their egos away, and just doing the dirty work, cleaning up, painting. It doesn't matter what they do, what they ask us to do, just do it. So it actually lifts me up. It just helps that I don't know, there's hope in this world because of it. So
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes offers custom cakes and cupcakes for every occasion. We proudly bake everything from scratch. With every moist and mouth-watering bite, you will be smacking your lips by the time you are finished. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Lip Smacking Cupcakes.
I mean, I can only say what I want, but of course it's something different. If you wanna ever not just come with your plans, but I'm just like,
I'm taking that.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Motherfucking
on the edge, get a grip. Know that they want me to slip. Hustle but something to quit. Ain't no pitch down for this clip.
Everybody knows drive. Girl, all the rich niggas, they want you. Girl, all the rich niggas, all the rich niggas, they want you. All the rich niggas, everybody knows drive. Girl, all the rich niggas, girl, all the rich niggas, they want you. Girl, all the rich niggas. Allow me to give you something to think about. Not everything that comes out of Compton is bad. I mean, we have Dr. Dre, The Game, Kendrick Lamar, Venus and Serena Williams, that little girl with the dream, Maya Aja Brown. P. Diddy couldn't have said it better. This is the fairy tale, man. And fairy tales do come true because we got millions of cats that are coming up with that hustling spirit and drive. They got that mention, that drive. Bill Lyons had that drive to overcome all obstacles. Bill Lyons isn't just a clothing line or just a brand. It's a movement. Bill Lyons is Compton. Compton is Bill Lyons. Respect the perspective. Bill Lyons.
When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money.
They don't follow you on Instagram?
They do, but they
the Hub Radio.
I'm here because I heard such great things about it. It's just something amazing about so many different people from different places, different backgrounds, different cultures coming to really help. And so it's amazing looking around, everyone just putting their pride down, putting their egos away, and just doing the dirty work, cleaning up, painting. It doesn't matter what they do, what they ask us to do, just doing it. So it actually lifts me up. It just helps me that, like, I don't know, there's hope in this world because of it. So
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes offers custom cakes and cupcakes for every occasion.
Well, we're back. We're gonna finish this conversation.
Yes.
So
I don't know where we left off. There was so many going on.
Aaliyah was saying that
during the break.
Yeah. I don't want to be broke and married.
Yeah, basically what I was saying is I'm waiting until I get married, and then I don't know when that will be. If it is in the near or distant future. And I would want to kind of already be established before I get married so that we can have a foundation already before we build our empire together. I don't want to struggle together as a married couple. I don't want to be living in my mom's house still, him, still living in his mom's house. So they were asking me like, oh, well, if he proposed to me next week, I was like, he wouldn't because he already knows. We've had multiple conversations about this, so yeah, that's kind of what I was like. Yeah, he's graduating this year. So, and then he's going.
He gets out of school.
Well, this is he's going to he's going to grad school this same year after he graduates, and he'll be gone for 3 years. So
where's he going?
He's going up north to the Berkeley area.
Would you like to live with him?
No.
I mean, like get married or something.
Get married this year.
This year, but it's 3 years, so if he proposes to you
in 3 years
at his graduation, he proposes to you.
Oh my gosh! But this is the thing, though. This is the thing. Okay, I don't like hypothetical questions because you never know, like, what your situation
where
is
am I
gonna be.
in
You
3
never
years?
know.
I don't know.
I didn't say 3 years. I said that he's going this year.
No, like him, like we're engaged while he's at school.
Like let's say if at his graduation he proposes to you.
This graduation coming up this year. I'm ready to. And he wouldn't ask me.
I'm gonna be a little blunt, and Mo, you can attest to this or not. But when you see stuff like this, like if we were to see something like this on Instagram, it'll be like, hey, you got all these, women that would be willing to marry a man like that, and then we have a person who's like saying, no, I don't want to marry him. It's like
I'm not saying I don't want to marry. I'm saying
I don't want to
now.
But what's the
I don't wanna marry
why
now.
can't you accept his proposal if he were to propose to
I
you?
don't want to be the person that's engaged for 4 years, 3
But
years
you
until
would-
he
But you've been in a relationship for 6.
to graduate.
That is
Because
one
once I'm
thing.
engaged, I want to get married within like maybe 6 to 8 months. Like I want to plan to know that I'm planning for a wedding, and then we're getting married, and then living together and all this stuff. We have time to kind of plan all that. Like right now, I don't want to be engaged. He's up there. I wouldn't even really be able to see him like that. Like that doesn't make sense. Why can't you just finish
Well, that's
what you're
I'm saying,
doing?
'cause you're saying
Finish what you're doing, and then
I
we'll
think
come
it
back
sounds
together.
Like you just want your to build up yourself.
And him
do
to
you
build up
watch
himself.
Married to Medicine?
No.
Do you watch it?
I've seen a couple of.
Because there's Quad. Quad is married already, but she's saying the same thing where she doesn't want to have kids until she's established, and she already. And I think in like this case, where you already have your man's, and she already has her wealth, which he's asking for, and she's just like, no, I don't want to have kids because I want to make sure I'm built up or whatever. And it's like the girls are always saying like, that's selfish of you. That's selfish of you. There's people who don't have. Or can't bear children, and you can, or don't have a man to bear children, and you can, and you're opting. I mean, it's your decision at the end of the day, but I'm just like, if he were to ask you, like, saying no, that would be like hard.
I just know he wouldn't because we've already talked about it. That's the thing. Like, if you know the person well enough, then you know what they're.
Do you know when they're gonna propose to you? Because a lot of people are always surprised.
Well, he's not gonna do it this year when he's trying to graduate and all this kind of stuff.
Be like,
he's
babe,
not.
I got an
He's not.
apartment.
He's not gonna do that.
You mean he's not gonna do it in the short
He's
time?
not stable enough right now. He's a college student. He's still finishing school. I just graduated. He's graduating this year. So I know him well enough. He knows me well enough not to do that because we're not stable. Like we're not stable enough. And then by next year, if we want to get married, we don't have any money to like have a wedding. Like I have a stable job right now, but he's going to grad school right after. So it's gonna be just kind of me being the stable one right now.
I mean, I get all that. However, I'm gonna just say this: you can only take things one day at a time. Like the Bible says, don't be anxious for nothing. So it's like just take it one day at a time, and then just take it as it comes. Once he graduates, figure it out. But you don't have to be like, okay, in 3 years it's gonna be like this, and then in 10 years it's gonna be that. Because
it might not even be that.
I mean, yeah, whatever the Lord says. I mean, I have to submit to His will. But I mean, that's the whole gist of it. I mean, I'm probably making him laugh right now, saying this is what I plan to do.
God,
making God laugh right now. I mean, I'm just saying. Right now, while he's in school, I just don't think it would be smart for us to get engaged. I can't even really see myself being engaged right now with him leaving.
I can see me being engaged.
With him leaving, so I mean that's just kind of like we've talked about this countless times, and that's our plan right now. So.
What you say? You said you see you being engaged?
Hell yeah, God, if you give me a man, I'm here for it. I will. Marry
Are you ready to be a wife?
Yeah, I've been ready. Ain't nothing else out here to be doing.
We've been prepared.
Right.
I'm past ready.
I feel like you guys are saying that right now.
No,
you guys are saying that right now, but when
you saying that right now about him proposing to you and you saying no.
Right.
You gonna be all up in the moment and be like, I yes.
No. I would tell him like, we already talked about this.
That's cold. That's a cold piece.
But that's the thing, like, you can't even say like, what would you say? Because I know he would not do that. Like, he would know not to do that.
Well, Aaliyah don't want to get married.
He about to graduate.
Okay.
I want God. I'm putting that in the atmosphere. I do.
God,
whatever prayer
if
that's
you bless me,
bless me
in whatever way you want to bless me.
Right now,
don't forget about me.
Lovely Leah is not ready to be a
don't
wife
pass
right
me
now.
by.
I'm ready to.
I'm not ready to be a wife.
Please do not pass me.
Don't
I am ready.
by.
He said, "Don't live in the spirit of girlfriend." I'm not living in it no more. I'm a queen.
That's what I said too. In 2018, I turned over a new leaf. And I said I was
turning over.
Turning over.
Turn it over.
Y'all say that now.
Ain't no now, no. I'm not
No.
You gotta put that in the atmosphere. Don't put that in my atmosphere. My atmosphere is marriage and
Lord,
a man is
I
there.
wouldn't let her. What a husband.
But see, this the thing. Okay, so me, I would. Okay, eventually, I'm about to get myself together. I just feel like
you are getting yourself. You together.
Thank you,
You're
girl.
getting
Thank you.
yourself, yeah,
Thank you. So I just feel like I'm about to be 25, And even though I know that if I'm still in my 20s, I almost feel like, oh my gosh, like that's 5 years away from 30. I need to get my life, you know? I spent so much time having fun, and I've been like, dating people and stuff, going here, there, and everywhere. But I'm like, I'm tired of just meaningless interactions with people. It's like, yeah, we'll go out on dates and stuff, but that's not really what I want. I want somebody that'll actually stick in the long haul. Like, I want somebody that I can call, like, when I'm actually going through something. I want somebody who I can call, like, when I get off from work. Or I want somebody who I can chill with on a Friday night. Like, I don't want to go out to the club every Friday. I don't want to do all that.
I mean, we got stuff to do.
We do got
we
stuff to do.
We have brands that we are building. So to me, it's like, why not go home to someone that is constantly there for you? Why not?
Or even have somebody there who's by your side as you're doing that. I think that would be nice.
Yeah, building my brand. It's like, I'm definitely not like, ooh, I just want a man. Like, I feel really good in what I do. But of course, going home, and even when I'm dealing with the kids, like being able to tell people about it, like it's just really cool, like to be able to have that. And I go, yeah, of course, like I will be cooking for you and having your babies and doing what I need to do and growing my brand and stuff. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm ready to be a wife. Like if that comes up, yeah. And I feel like I've made a lot of changes in my life. Over, like I said, you go at the beginning of every year, new me, but I was saying, not new year, new me, but in 2016, I wanted to see a shift. It didn't come until 2000. I didn't realize that a shift had happened until 2018. It took, a whole year for me to come into a new mindset and go like, yo, you are something. And it took a lot of people actually telling me like, what you do is great, or what you do is good. But I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm at a point where I'm pretty stable with my kids or my kids. Yeah, I'm not ready to go and lay my burdens down at the altar.
Lay them down, girl. Lay them. So just supposed to do.
More power to the both of y'all, but love Maria and not be getting married this year.
And she the one with a man.
I mean,
she's the one with the man.
My opinion, how I feel about my life, guys.
See, you remind me of that girl we talked about last week.
No, how is that the same?
The one
I'm not saying I don't want to get married. I'm saying right
Betty,
now. Why is that a problem? I'm not about to sit here and talk about this.
That is
y'all no, it is not. Yeah, because I'm not saying I don't want to get married at all. Like,
she want to stay with him.
I'm saying,
but
I don't want to get married right now.
It's a big moment in his life. He could drop down on his knee and be like, "Yo, babe, like I know we talked, but I promise, like this is really gonna be." You don't know though.
That's not gonna happen. Why would a man do that when he can't? When he's not stable enough to do that right now? He's still in school. Like, this is why. Okay, so we have grown since high school. We're in our college. We haven't gotten to the stability part yet. So that wouldn't even make sense for him to do that. Where would we live? Where that?
But I'm saying you figure that out. Like once the
I don't want the I want to be stable.
So you basically want to
She don't want the ambiguity.
No, she wants this. Hey babe. So I think around April 29th, 2022.
No. All I'm saying
you can
is
propose to me on that day.
I want to be able to be living in my own place.
Is the apartment ready?
He be living in his own place, and we can decide like, are we moving into a new place together? Or are we staying at my place?
But you gotta understand that it still takes like you're still gonna have to figure that out. Cause like people, but my
what I don't know, what I'm saying is I have seen in my own family where they have gotten married and then they're moving in with the. I'm just saying I want to be stable enough.
Fearful of what other people are doing.
I'm not being fearful. I'm telling you what I want to do in my situation.
I think that that's what I'm gonna say. Pat, I'm just gonna open the whole conversation. So when it comes to being in a relationship, when it comes to life and stability, I feel like if you wait until if everything is perfect and you have it right,
it ain't gonna be
not perfect. It's not perfect.
Right?
Not perfect.
Right? Is right the word? When
everything is right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, because I feel like
I just want to move out of my parents' house before I even think about like moving in with somebody else.
Why not move in with him out of your parents' house?
I just want to live by myself first and be with myself in my own house before I even move in. Yes, I love him. Yes, I've been with him for a long time, but can I just be by myself in my own place, in my own career for
enjoy
1
being
second?
an adult.
Enjoy being Aaliyah by myself before I jump in, take somebody else's life and be with somebody else. That's all I'm saying.
But Drake, she already knows who she's gonna marry.
I get it. I get it.
That's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
No, for real. No, I get it. Okay. And I'm just
but
saying.
Then okay, if we get into a relationship,
right? No, I ain't got time.
No, I ain't got time.
That's y'all. But as for me, I got time.
I'm a grown woman.
I got time.
Okay.
The grown
that's because she got a man already. Okay.
Right. So you get comfortable.
Right.
No.
What they got is beyond. It's more of like a spiritual connection. You don't find it every day. More power to you.
He's probably the only one out there like that.
Next person
we like way off.
Oh, we are.
We way off. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. The next person that comes into my life will have to be my husband because I don't have time.
That's supposed to be my husband.
And that's great. You know.
I don't have time for okey-doke. I don't. I really don't. Like,
you had numerous relationships to kind of teach you what you like, what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? You've had your experiences. I've had my experiences, and I know this is the person I want to be with. No, I'm not saying.
Wait, what?
No. I'm saying experiences of like
you didn't have to
boyfriends, you know, people that you encountered that you like, that you don't like. You found things, qualities in them that you like, that you didn't like. So that's not like that. Not like that.
It ain't been numerous. I ain't been out here
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
You're funny.
But yeah, God, if you want to bless me with that, please go ahead and do that.
Wait, y'all.
If he asks me to get married, we here for it.
I'm still trying to figure out the prayer that Sierra prayed. Like, I don't care about you.
I don't care what you pray. God, I pray to you right now.
Don't post no picture.
Do not forget
about me. Don't post no picture, okay? Talking about level, okay? Your caption should be whatever prayer that you pray verbatim. Okay.
You gonna get your Russell Wilson, and it ain't gonna be what you want. Don't pray her prayer. You better pray your own prayer. Get on your own
knees. Right, that's true. That's
You'll
true.
get your Russell Wilson, and it ain't gonna be what
that's
you want.
True.
Yeah.
I've been praying my prayers, but I don't know.
Well, God's been sending them.
God got me on hold.
He's been sending some.
Maybe he's blowing you right now. You never know.
You say maybe he's what?
Maybe he's blowing her right now. Blowing her right now.
God?
Yeah. He said I'm waiting. I said maybe he's blowing you. You know. You never know. So what time is it? I'm like we're like all. I don't know. I don't even know.
I think that we should.
Nobody really. You didn't say like what you did. You say your experiences as of right now?
As far as like dating and relationships?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very single.
Okay.
So
I'm single too. If kings are watching.
Well,
no, because I got a little too much going on right now. So, you can slide in my DMs if you're working.
She said slide in my DMs. I slide in my DMs.
Somebody slid in my DMs on on Monday yesterday, and I was here for it.
You was here for it?
Yes, I was here for it.
She said I was here for it.
You go, girl. To like possibly a date or an encounter.
We're going on date tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I love this. Okay.
You gotta tell us. You gotta tell us.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
With information.
Okay. No, I'm here for it. I'm actually I'm very single right now. I'm just kind of doing me. I don't know if I'm like talking to somebody, but I'm communicating with somebody right now. That's talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm kind of talking to somebody right now.
Exclusively talking, or you're just like.
I mean.
How do you exclusively talk? That's another exclusive.
Where you ain't talking to nobody else. You're just talking to that person.
I have.
No, I'm done committing to people. If it ain't nothing on my my fingers, commit me. Unless we know that we're going towards that.
I just
because you in a
need something
a lot of times.
term,
I think I wasn't. I'm saying like if I were dating, I would want to be exclusive.
When you can't talk in hypotheticals.
Oh my god.
That's a hypothetical.
When I talked to even though I was in high school, I was straight up like, hey, I just want to talk. I just want to talk to you. No, because the thing is, I didn't even like him when I first met him. I could not stand him. So.
Hey, can I tell you a funny story? So you know him. I'm not gonna say his name on the air. So this is, you know who? We was it's open mic night. So don't say it. Don't say it. Open mic night. When you had the tambourine, you broke the tambourine.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay, so him.
I broke the tambourine. Just go ahead and tell everybody.
You did, but you be getting your praise on. Shout out to you. Yes. So the guy who
was there.
Yeah, the guy who was there. So we've talked like on and off like 3 times already. He's been in my life for a long time, probably about 6 years now. And I've always felt like he's always been the type of person that I've ran from. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really like want to talk to you. Like I almost feel like how do I say it? It's like you know how like somebody is like they have like their best intentions for you or whatever. It's always like, yeah, I don't really want to. Yeah, you're scaring me right now. So I've always been like scared of like commitment in a way. I wouldn't say like I'm feeling like I don't want to be with you or whatever, but it's like I don't know. I get a little bit apprehensive sometimes. I'm just very guarded when it comes to who I let into my space, and then like, do I really?
Well, I mean, he got some good qualities.
You said he got some good qualities?
Don't he?
Or yeah, he do.
Wait, is this the guy from?
Don't you can't be putting her out of
No, I'm not gonna say. I'm saying like you told me about him a long time ago. From your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I was thinking about the right person.
That's him. Yeah, that's him. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just chilling right now. I'm just chilling and just letting it come one day at a time. And let it.
Shannon, how about you?
Shannon is
She's
committed.
not.
She is committed.
I know she is.
Okay?
How long have you been committed, Shannon?
6 years.
Woo!
In April.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
That's a very long time.
That's why if he were to propose right now too, I'd say no. So
you say no?
Yeah, I'm not ready.
Yeah, you know when you're ready. Because you're not. I'm not even in that mindset right now.
And I feel like he wouldn't even do it because he knows too. So I understand.
You guys, when the time is right, you guys will both know. I mean, you won't know when. You'll just know like.
But the way these girls be looking so surprised, you would think, and they be crying and just like.
That's how I want to be.
Like,
yeah,
I'm be like,
y'all better make sure that my engagement it is dramatic. Okay, first of all, I want it to be over brunch. Okay, because y'all know I love me some brunch. Okay, everybody got mimosas in their hands, and then like next thing you know, maybe like he's out of town somewhere, not even expecting him, and then somebody like we toast to brunch, and next thing you know, I see him, and I'm like, oh my god, why are you here? Why are you here? Ew. And then he gets on one knee, professes love to me, and then I say, yes, I will marry you. Whatever his name is. Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I will become Mrs. So-and-so. Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to show out and be like, yes, so, where you, is it over there? Is it over there? I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I can't wait. I just know that at this point, I would say right now at this point in my life, I would be okay. I feel like I'm ready for something that's stable. I'm just over, like I said before. I'm over.
How long would you want to be in a relationship before?
Like, didn't we give it a 2 years? 2 years, yeah. 2 years. No more than 2 years. I feel like it shouldn't take you that long to know with somebody. Period.
Cause I'm good right now. Yeah. I'm working. I got the money, so I mean I'm cool. Sorry, I keep getting off the camera. So I'm cool, but I'm just I'm not here for like that, and I really don't want to be just not having sex with somebody for that long, or just having sex with somebody for that long. And I'm not gonna be no wife to you without a ring on my finger. Like I feel like the longer you go, like the more you become like, basically that long term partner. And I'm just like, yeah, I ain't with that. So
I never understood that.
2 years, we get married, going on our 3rd year or whatever. But then it goes, I'm not even going to get in a relationship with someone who is not serious about that too. So it's like if we're in a relationship, then we have to move forward with this, But yeah, so yeah, I'm ready for a family. And I think one thing that gets me is even when like I've been dating, and I stopped for a little bit, like, and just because it wasn't anything coming, when I started having sex with them, like, I've seen more decent men coming my way. And one thing that like gets me is thinking like, oh, how would he be like raising a daughter or raising his son? That's always what comes to mind, like when I'm thinking of like relationships and stuff. Like, I don't really know like how he would be like that. And then of course like my views when it comes to God, like you have to reverence and revere God in the same way that I do. And then culture and stuff. Like not a lot of people can sit with me and talk to me about issues and care about them the way that I do, or listen to me talk about my kids and be like, really in tune. Like I had one guy who, I would talk about them and he would like remember their names and all of that and stuff, and I was like, that's cool, but a lot of people don't want to hear about my kids, and I talk about them all the time. Right. Yeah. So.
Where's my man at? Who? He's the one who wanted to know about your kids.
I don't know. That was just a word.
I don't know.
You gotta rid yourself of people, because those men in the past, they were good men, but they just were doing stuff that they shouldn't have done.
That's how I felt about the last year I was talking to. I used to cut him off. Like it hurt my heart. Like I was like, not my heart, but I was just like, man, I don't cut you off. Yeah, cause like now, like
Instagram, listen to these commercials, these music videos. They're all local artists, so check us out.
This conversation is a lot.
Xavier, yeah, he was texting me.
Are you in trouble? Are you in trouble?
He said, marriage struggling.
Good answer.
Oh my God. Well, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna end this on relationships.
Let me tell you a story about a girl who believed she could, so she went as far as moving out to hoods. Really two sways in a small yellow city, ready to let her titties out and shout, bitch, it's my turn now, ready for some new doors to open. But during the meantime, others kept closing like what's going on in her. I got a little bit of money, but it's funny how I'm still broke. Been trying to keep my head up, cause I'll be damned if I get fed up with life. Seeing all this bread around like give me a slice. Just trying to put a little spice in your life like wasabi. Go to my shoulder, so try me. These bitches overthink the easy shit, I mean the breezy shit. When you feel like the world is against you, demons fucking up your chance to grow, don't know which way to go. Roll with the vibe, come and get high. Baby, let's fly as high as you want, cause you can do whatever the fuck you want. This shit is just begotten. Hear the drums go with up a pump, cause here I come, ready to take over the throne for this generation. I build a better nation. All I can do now is wake up, bake up, make up, and get my cake up. Stop worrying about the past, that shit it never lasts. Just think about the good shit, the new shit. Just worry about you shit. Go with the vibe, come and get high. Just trying to survive, like you just trying to get by. Staying alive, just trying to keep positive vibes. Just trying to give my family a pleasant surprise one day. So there's a little bit about me. I hope you listen carefully, baby, baby, baby. No diggity, no doubt, no diggity, no doubt, no diggity, no doubt, yeah.
I have a really bad feel tomorrow.
When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on the money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money.
I'm here because I heard such great things about it. It's just something amazing about so many different people from different places, different backgrounds, different cultures coming to really help. And so it's amazing looking around and everyone's putting their pride down, putting their egos away, and just doing the dirty work, cleaning up, painting. It doesn't matter what they do or dance, they're just doing it. So it actually lifts me up. It just helps me that, like, I don't know, there's hope in this world because of it. So
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Coco's Lip Smacking Cupcakes offers custom cakes and cupcakes for every occasion. We proudly bake everything from scratch.
60 seconds.
With every moist and mouth-watering bite, you will be smacking your lips by the time you are finished. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Lip Smacking Cupcakes.
Y'all was making me feel like 5.1. Y'all wasn't making me feel like
I would think that was the conversation before, like, when you're single, you know?
Look, life on the edge, get a grip. Know that they want me to slip. Hustle is something to quit. Ain't no pitch down for this clip.
Everybody gonna try.
Girl, all the rich niggas, girl, all the rich niggas, they want you. Girl, all the rich niggas, all the rich niggas, they want you. Want her. All the rich niggas want her.
No, I'm just like, I have a whole laundry list. Okay.
Of issues?
Not with me, but just with dating.
No, of like, issues with dating.
Yeah. I don't think it's not so much the approach. I haven't had too many issues like with the way people approach me. Like I said before, like usually when guys approach me, it's on some respectful stuff because you either kind of like you give me the vibe that you don't really mess around. I said I don't, so don't waste my time. So that's cool. Keeps the weak ones away. But as far as like dating wise, my biggest issue is people being consistent, people being truthful and honest and 100. And I feel like even though like we're young, we're also like old enough to where it's like you have a lot of baggage sometimes with people, and when people don't really be honest with you about what they got going on in their life, it kind of makes it hard. So there have been situations where I've been caught all the way off guard. I'm like, what? Like I had a man lie to me about having kids one time. I was like, why? Who lies about having kids? That's just what I need to know. It's like little stuff like that that you don't even have to lie about. Like he was like, oh, you didn't have kids, and I was like, I prefer not to. And I was like, why? You got kids? And he was like, no, I don't have any. Next thing you know, he's gonna add me up on Instagram with a picture with his 2 kids. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, and the youngest one was like less than a year old. I said, why are you talking? And then on top of that, like, it's not even a situation with dating, but sometimes like the guy, well, there's just one guy, and he's been trying to talk to me for years. And the thing is, I always ignore him. He'll be like sliding in my DMs, and I promise you, I leave him on scene, read, whatever, all the time. Sometimes he'll skip around from Facebook to Snapchat over to Instagram. I'm like, if I ignored you on Instagram, his man is married, and one thing I don't do, I don't talk to married men. That's one arena I don't go into. I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? That's one thing I do not do. I got some wild stories about, you know, saying whatever else y'all want to talk about, but when it comes to people and their marriages, I don't play with that kind of stuff. And it's like, number one, I respect myself, and number two, I respect the sanctity of marriage, and number three, I respect black love. So I'm not about to do that to nobody, but I'm like, you need to be ashamed of yourself. But it's overall with dating, I just think that it's just more so communication and being consistent. People putting forth the effort too, because I think people have gotten lazy when it comes to dating. You don't really have people who actually out on dates anymore. The guy I'm currently communicating with, he he told me, like he hit me up and like told me that he wanted to take me out. I'm on a cleanse right now, so I can't like really go out and eat as much. So Jamba Juice, that's a possibility, you know.
Veggie Girl.
Yeah.
Veggie Girl.
Yeah.
Well, you're not really. Okay.
Yeah, but he was like, no, he's like, after you're done with your plans or whatever, I'll take you out. And I said, okay, cool.
When's it open?
Next week. Yeah, next week. And then I'll take you out then. And then he was just like, at first when he asked me, he was like, okay, like, you know, let's link up. And I was like, you mean like a date? And he was like, I mean, if that's what you want to call it. I said, is that what it is? Just let me know. I'm very intentional. First of all, I'm a grown woman, and on top of that, you're a grown man. Okay, please be intentional about what you mean. He was like, yeah, it's a date. I'm like, okay, well, say that then, because I'm too grown for this verbiage. Linking up. I don't link up with nobody. I'm not chilling with you. I'm not about to, like, I don't do that. Like, just be intentional about what we doing. So please tell me what context is this, are we meeting in? What is the context of that? And we'll be cool. But it's a date. So, but I just, you know.
I wouldn't like that either. Link up.
Yeah, like what? I'm not one of your homeboys. Okay.
I had to like, cause I'm that person that will say that. So I had to really get out of like the stuff that I say, and I'm very like independent. And when it comes to like dudes opening the door and putting out the chair, I'm just like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay, that's what you're doing. You being a gentleman, like. So I had to get used to that. I had to stop saying like, let's link up, or like, what's up, what you doing, what we about to get into, or what's the plan, like what's the box, like I had to stop saying all of that. Cause I'm like, that's not, you know. I mean, it's me, but it's not like that female energy that they want. So I have to get out of that. But I would say like issues when it comes to dating, I was coming across a lot of men that were in relationships and they were approaching me. And it was just like, I can't really do that. And in some cases where it was like prolonged, one because you catch feelings and then you find out after and it's just like, all right, I'm gonna just be rebellious and still stay in this or do whatever. And I had to value myself and get about that and stop doing that. But that is, and then another thing is just the way that I like reverence God, like that. Not that it's been hard, but it's just like once in my head, if you sit up here talking about something else, in my head it's just like you're out of the picture. It can't happen like that, and like I don't know. It's just it can't. It's not gonna work. And I know a guy. I don't know if I told you this, but I was telling him that I was tired, and we were like dating. So I was tired. I think I maybe had an event the night before or something, and I was just like, yeah, I'm super tired. And I got up and went to church, like the 9 o'clock service or something. And he was just like, why? Like he wasn't mad, but he was just like, you need to get your rest. Or I don't know why you running around everywhere. And I was just like, when it comes to church, like I can come back and rest. Like, and I was like, the fact that you are trying to push that I shouldn't have went just says that you're not the one. I'm like, anyone that knows me would be like, you can go and then come back. Don't you don't have to go to the early service or the one after. But that's just with me how I feel about that. But it's been a good way to weed out people that I know I want to be with, but it's also been difficult because a lot of like black men, I don't know who I was talking to, but I think Drake. They are now coming into like this woke conscious thing where they're trying to get away from like the church, or get away from this belief of what it is. So it's just like, and I respect it, to be honest. Like I respect it in the way that they're able to back themselves up, and I also put the blame also back on the church. And I'm willing to have the conversation, but it's just like in your talk of the wrong that the church does, you still gotta have that connection with God for me. And that's just all. That's what that is. But, I've had like some good men, even the men that had girlfriends, like, or yeah, it was just like they came off well and were respectful and tried to say like, oh, you should, like, I just couldn't stay away from you or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's not it, but whatever. But for most of the part, I haven't really dealt with like shitty niggas. I would consider them shitty, but they seem to be good men. Aside from their downfall. Yeah, that's the
I go back into it when like dudes approaching you. Like if you have a girlfriend, like ain't no reason for you to talk to me and flirt with me. I cannot tell you how many times like I've been out and guys like talk to me and like we talk, had a conversation, exchange, Instagram, phone numbers, whatever. And then next thing you know, this thing, if you have a girlfriend, don't add me on Instagram because I'm gonna see her about 6 photos down, So I'm like, as soon as I see that, I'll be like, ooh, unfollow. I'm not doing that. I'm like, don't have a conversation with me and like try to flirt with me, and then next thing you know, you got a girlfriend. I just don't like that. I don't understand that, and I really honestly feel bad for guys. Well, I feel bad for the females who are with guys like that because that used to be me, and I was one of those females. That like when my dude was out like being a hoe. So it's like I just feel bad because it's like I know how that feels. So I wouldn't want to make nobody else feel like that. So I'm not even going to entertain you.
Yeah, I can't. You would get handled if you were sitting over here trying to play me like that. Like if you don't have me look stupid, like.
Oh yeah, I done went up a couple times. So, but
I'm not gonna say.
Them days are behind me. Okay, I've turned over a new leaf. Okay.
And I mean nowadays these women are now accepting towards it. That's why when the girl was like it has to be an exclusive booty call, I'm like, these niggas ain't even exclusive husbands. Like what you want an exclusive booty call, but they can't even be I mean, they're not planning on being an exclusive husband. So, girl.
Not even the husband. Not even get the husband. Okay, you can't even be an exclusive boyfriend. Okay.
I know, but I would feel like the husband title would hold more weight when it comes to exclusivity.
But even like
you gotta learn how to get committed as a boyfriend first.
Right.
Half of these, some I will say, some of them may not be as committed in their relationships, like boyfriend and girlfriend, but some of them are more committed in their marriages. But I'm like, that's why I'm saying if you can't be committed they're not planning on being committed in their marriage. It ain't no way you gonna get them exclusive in a booty call.
Right. For real.
Like they just got off of booty call coming to
like hello. for real. Like I said before, it is exclusive. It's not a booty call, and if it's a booty call,
Okay,
it is not
going
exclusive.
back to earlier, I was talking about, and I got the terminology from a friend. Exclusive role playing booty call. That's what it's
That's what she said. Okay, so
That's what it's
when you were
called.
talking about role playing with your husband.
Yes, a role play
Oh
booty
my
call.
God.
There we go. I just wanted to clarify that, guys.
Exclusive role play.
I've never been into that kind of
That's
stuff.
a
Like,
lot.
I break character
I
real
think
fast.
it's exciting.
I don't want
to
like
be
no,
like, hey,
I'm not that
meet me
person.
on my lunch, you know.
And then what are you guys gonna do? Like act like you guys aren't the same people?
What? No, you just meet up at your lunch and you guys go back to your job.
Hey, can I tell you a story?
You got stories for days, Monique.
I do. Well, wait, hold on, wait. I read a story, right, Jasmine? You gonna not like this, but it was a story about a black woman. We got like 2 minutes, but she was the black woman. She was married to a white man, and they were role playing. And when they were having sex, like they were like being like the slave master and the slave. It's not funny. It's not funny. And then like he slapped her and called her the N word, and she's like, "Do I have the right?" It's not funny. But she was like, "Do I have the right to?"
She's black?
What? She's white.
No, she's black.
Wait,
He's white.
who's white?
The man is white.
Girl, you are a
What?
slave. Get out.
Do I
He
have
slapped
the
her and
right
called
to
you
feel
a nigga?
some type of way
He's
about
white.
this?
What?
No,
You're a
not
slave.
wait, a nigga or a nigger?
It don't
Yes.
matter. No.
A
We ain't
nigger.
no.
It's
It don't
ER.
matter. No, it don't matter.
Nigger? Yes.
No. Does it matter?
They were role. First
Wait,
of all,
does
I
it
want to know
matter?
why you was
No,
role
it doesn't matter,
playing.
but I just wanted clarification.
I just want to know why you were role playing as a slave master, sister.
But
Okay.
she's in the sunken. She's
That's
underneath the
crazy.
sunken place.
He wanted to do that on purpose.
He been waiting to do that.
for somebody.
He has been waiting to. And the thing is that she said that
I
he's
would've started
never.
fighting him.
She
Get over
said that
here.
he's never ever like used the N word or
Whatever.
called her that.
He
I'm
was
like, not
calling
like
her
there was
niggas,
laying
slapping
Jordan
her
inside
up
of
all
him.
the time.
He
It
wanted
wasn't
to
just
call you
about
the
sex.
N word, homegirl.
But we gotta wrap
He
this
wanted
up
to.
though. We got about
But
like a minute
before
left.
we go,
Oh.
can I just say an acknowledgement really quick? I had a really good friend, Ryan Stewart, that passed away this last Wednesday. And I just want to give him a shout out because he was a really big part of my life and my church, and I just want to say I love you, Ryan. I know you're looking down on all of us, so I just want to pay my respects to him. And his funeral service is on Thursday, by the way.
Yes. And if you have the pleasure of ever hearing him sing, he has beautiful voice. Definitely going too soon. I don't want to get too heavy.
Yeah.
Sorry. But with that being said, we are going to wrap it up. And come find us this Saturday.
We'll be Saturday
We'll be
Night
at
Live,
Saturday Night
yeah.
Live here in Compton.
Yes.
At Compton Fridays with our host, Hub City Dre. And then we have Sounds. Is he hosting? I don't know.
Sounds by
Are you hosting Saturday Night Live? Yes.
with
Hub City Dre.
DJ.
It's DJ exclusive. Yes.
DJ
It's
exclusive
lit.
with the exclusive
It's
shit.
lit. Come down to Fridays in Compton from 8 to 12 o'clock. We will be there. And then that's all we have.
Yeah, so don't forget.
Don't forget y'all to discover.
Unlock.
And protect
your magic.
Y'all be blessed. All right.
That felt like a really long show. I don't know
I think it was just the segments that were